Did you wash your chicken? Did you wash that?
No, why?
You're nasty.
Why?
Get out of my kitchen. No, that's nasty. I don't care what they say. You better wash your chicken. That's all I have to say, all right? But y'all, my name is Michaela, and today is my very first episode of Cooking with Michaela. And I will be cooking chicken, asparagus, as well as potatoes. So before we get started, y'all, I have to show you my outfit. Yes, I am going to be cooking in lingerie, and I don't care what they say. I'm gonna do what I wanna do. The mug of the day is girls could do anything, and they really can. Let me see. So today we're going to be talking about the do's and the don'ts of the kitchen. As you saw, the person before was not washing their chicken before they cooked it. And to me, that's nasty. I don't care what they say. You better cook your chicken, but before you cook your chicken, you better wash it. Like, this is nasty. I'm sorry. So I'm going to go wash this chicken. I have a bowl right here. And I'm gonna put the chicken in like so. And I already have my apple cider vinegar. You could also use like a regular white vinegar as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drizzle the vinegar all over the chicken. And I'm gonna swish it like so. And then I'm gonna run some cold water on it. I'm also swishing it a little bit too as I add the cold water. Then I'm gonna massage it like I'm massaging my man's back. You know what I mean. So, you don't know what I mean? Okay, sorry. So, I'm just massaging it. I'm making sure I get all the different parts of the breast. And as you could tell too, there's some fat, right? So you could cut that off. You know, you could cut that off. And since I do it around the sink, and I'll be cleaning this area after, I clean this area before and after I cook, so I could just put it down the drain, and then once I'm done sanitizing, it'll all be fine. And I'm not a professional cook. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just a girl in lingerie, you know. But I do have some tips for you guys, and hopefully you guys can learn a little bit from me. And also learn what not to do from me as well. So now that I've washed the chicken, I'm going to drain it into the sink, because like I said, I will be washing the sink afterwards. So after I drained it, I actually have this napkin. I'm a total germaphobe. I need to make sure that I don't contaminate more parts of the kitchen. So I'm gonna use that to turn on the faucet and wash my hands, all right? And the way you know you're washing your hands properly, by the way, is singing happy birthday twice in your head, okay? With warm water. Don't be nasty. Now that that's through, I noticed the person before me had the unclean chicken on top of this plate. So I'm gonna rinse it out before I put the clean chicken on top of it. Now the plate is clean, I could now put the clean chicken on the bowl, or on the plate. What am I talking about? On the plate from the bowl. So now it's ready to be seasoned. So now that my chicken is washed and it's on a plate, a clean plate, I have my tongs, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my seasoning on my chicken and then flip it over. This is why you don't buy cheap shit. All right, so I got my expensive tongs now because the other ones were just breaking out of nowhere. Oh gosh, okay, I'm gonna be broke. All right, so I'm gonna flip each chicken with these tongs so I don't have to keep washing my hands throughout the process. I'm gonna get the seasoning right here. As you can see, I have my Creole salt. I can't even talk today. Okay, so I have my Creole seasoning. I have my pepper, salt, and onion powder. So I'm going to be sprinkling it on like so. You know, I ain't Salt Bae, but I am Michaela Bae. I don't know. All right, so I'm just sprinkling it on. You don't want to overdo it. Yeah, so I'm just gonna sprinkle it on there. Don't come for me, okay? Don't judge the way you know what, at least I season my chicken. There's some of you out there, I don't know, just saying, it's not really, you guys don't really season your chicken. So, right, we're gonna have a party in here. Woo! I'm just seasoning and seasoning away. I feel like I put way less salt than all the other ones just because I don't want to make my my chicken too salty. I feel like when you have salty chicken, that's just no bueno. But who knows? I don't know. To be honest, I'm going to tell you something, a little secret. I don't eat chicken, so I don't even know how this is gonna taste, to be honest. I don't eat chicken. I haven't eaten chicken since I was 9 years old. So luckily for my man, because I got a man, he's gonna have to taste this. And if he doesn't like it, then oh well, I'm not cooking again today. Now that I finished seasoning, I have my chicken, my tongs, and I'm gonna go over here just to go turn on my stove top. So let's see. And of course, this is the one that's broken. That's great. Okay, it stopped. Whew, so I'm gonna have that heat up, and I'm going to actually spray my pan. Lord Jesus, take the wheel. Please don't let me burn this meal today. Okay, so I sprayed it, and now I'm going to put in my chicken. Whew. Do you ever pray? Like, do you ever pray when you're cooking? Because I do. I'm not saying I'm the worst cook. I'm just trying really hard not to burn my house on fire. Okay, so while that's cooking, I'm gonna make sure it's not too high, right? I'm just gonna have it at like a medium heat. And I'm gonna show you guys how I peel my potatoes. Because I'm not gonna lie, some people say that the way I handle knives is dangerous, but we won't get into that. We're gonna get into how I'm supposed to be cutting my potatoes. This was literally $5 on Amazon, and it was probably one of my best investments in life because I don't know how to really cut things that well. I'm still learning, but y'all learning with me, right? So, I just, yeah. And all those like bruise spots like right there, I just, sorry, I'm horrible. I'm so horrible. Any bruise spots like this, I just peel it away. Just don't look at it. So I'm gonna actually check on the chicken. So I'm gonna inspect it. I see that the other side is cooked, so I'm gonna flip it and go back to peeling. By the way, I cook in heels because I'm a diva. So now that the other side is cooked, I'm gonna start putting some onion, some garlic, as well as some other mixed vegetables in there, some of my bell peppers. So let me get a spoon. Fancy. So I'm gonna get a little onion, some bell peppers, and my garlic. I'm actually gonna crush it in there to marinate. On pause. Did you realize what I did wrong? This is the do's and the don'ts. So tell me in the comments down below if you knew what I did wrong here. I mean, I didn't ruin the meal or anything, but I kind of messed up on purpose. I realized I should have had the onions probably sizzling before I put them in there. Darn it. It's okay. It's fixable. It's fixable. I hope. So I'm checking my chicken. It's going well so far. Like I said, I have it on medium heat, so it's not cooking too fast. And I don't want the fire alarm going off. But do you guys see what I'm doing wrong here? If you guys see this handle, if I'm walking past it, I could easily flip over the chicken and it's a bad day. So what I'm gonna do right now is just bring the handle this way to protect myself, protect my environment. You know, this is the do's and don'ts, and that is definitely a don't. So I also have my fork right here. I'm going to just put it right through my chicken just to see if it's cooked. And so far it's cooking really well. I'm gonna have it on the stove for a little longer, but as I'm doing that, let me finish peeling my potatoes because it's taking me a while to peel the potatoes. I think I'm only gonna peel one just because it's just me and my fiance. So let me just finish peeling this. And I don't know about you guys, but I do like to have my potatoes soak in water right after, just to make sure that I'm cleaning it and it doesn't have any dirt or anything from outside still on it. Okay, so that's done. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it in a bowl. So I have my bowl right here with water, and I'm gonna have it soak in the warm water. All right, and I'm gonna get my pot like so, and I'm gonna put some water in it. I'm not gonna fill it up all the way. Just a little bit more than halfway. And what should I do next? You guys comment down below because I don't know what to do next, to be honest. I've never made mashed potatoes. Jesus, help me. What should I do? Okay, so did you guys notice what I did wrong here? First of all, I didn't even turn on the stove. You guys didn't even catch that? How am I gonna boil some potatoes if I didn't even turn on the stove first? I have to have it boil first. Okay, secondly, I put this bowl on the edge. Like, I could have easily just put this all over the floor. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean up my mess, okay? So as you see, I already peeled my potato. There's no need to have this here. So I'm gonna clean my workspace, right? And I'm gonna arrange things so I have room for what I'm using. So I'm currently using this bowl with my potato in it. I'm going to start cutting it, and as soon as it's done boiling, so actually let me turn it on first. Like I said, I did not turn it on. Okay, so mistakes happen. Things in the kitchen don't always work as planned. I don't think that burner works, so I'm gonna move it over here. Please, please. Okay. All right. So it's going to start boiling soon. I'm gonna put it on slightly high heat while I have it at a boil. And that will kind of save me time right here. But like I said before, make sure you turn the handles. Oh! Oh! Why do I even have this one here? This is horrible. I'm fired. I shouldn't even be cooking. What am I doing having a cooking show? Oi. Okay, so while that's boiling, I'm gonna go back to my potato and I'm gonna start cutting it up, and that will help the process become faster, because if I just put the whole potato in the pot, it's gonna take longer to cook. So let's do that before I set the house on fire. All right, I'm going to empty the water out. So now that I've emptied the water out, I'm going to bring this potato to this cutting board over here. Oh, okay. We're safe. We're in the safe zone. All right. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. Okay. So I'm just going to cut the potato into little chunks. to put into the pot so they could cook faster. If you guys know a faster way of doing this, let me know, okay? Because, like I said, I'm not a perfect chef. I'm not even a chef. But I am somebody in lingerie who likes to eat and cook for their man. Oh! Do you see what I did wrong here? So as you guys could see, I was cutting really close to myself. I was holding my knife like a barbarian. Like, what? Make sure that you have some distance and you have your fingers at a distance from the knife. You don't want to chop any fingers off, okay? So, like so. Make sure you have a grip and you're not holding it very crazy like I was before, you know? We all love our fingers. We need them for certain things. I play piano. Get your mind out of the gutter. But, all right. And to be honest, sometimes if you realize that your knife is not cutting the way you want it to, you might need to invest in other knives, better knives, or you could just sharpen them. Luckily, with a lot of sets nowadays, especially like my KitchenAid one, for instance, I just sharpen my knife as I go. You know, throughout the months, I notice if they're really dull, I just sharpen them. It doesn't have to be perfect or symmetrical. It's done. So now I'm gonna put these in my boiling pot. It's boiling. The chicken smells good. Okay. Oh! 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 Okay, it's splashing. It is splashing with the passion. Okay. Woo! All right. Okay. Okay, it's in the pot. Gonna close it. Check on my chicken. Woo! All right, the chicken's not burnt yet. That's a good sign. It's always a good sign when your chicken has not burnt yet. All right. Well, now for the veggies. So I should probably clean these. Should probably take the rubber band off first. All right, so I have a clean new bowl. Dang it! Why am I dropping everything? Oh my gosh. Okay, let me just take a second to get my life together. So I have a bowl. It's clean. I'm going to rinse these veggies, these asparagus, with cold water, like so. Get all up in there, you know? Just massage them. All right. Yeah. Just look at these veggies. Zoom in there. Look at how crisp they look, and they're not even cooked yet, you know? Just yum. All right. Just saying, a tip, asparagus makes your pee stink. So I wouldn't eat them. Just cook them for your man and don't eat them for yourself. Unless you want smelly pee. Okay. All right. I don't want to burn my chicken. Oh gosh. Shoot. Okay, I didn't burn it. All right. So, on a serious note, you guys, it's really important when you are cooking veggies that you do clean them thoroughly, especially if they're not organic. You don't know if that farmer used pesticides. So obviously a don't would be to not wash your veggies. So now that they're clean, all jokes aside, I'm gonna go season my veggies. about to have me seasoning my asparagus without letting me know that I have to cut these nasty brown dirt-looking tails off, okay? So I'm about to do that. You guys are the worst. You're supposed to be helping me. You know I don't cook. So I have my asparagus. I'm gonna line up on the tray that I just cleaned. And make sure you don't burn the house down. Like, look, my pot is over boiling. So let me just turn that down a little bit. Let me check on this chicken too. Oh, so it looks like it's ready. That's a really fantastic sign. I don't know when I'm gonna put my chicken in. Should I use the old one? Should I? I'm gonna just put it right on there. No? Oh! I should probably use a new plate. And I should probably be more careful. I don't know what to do, you guys. I'm horrible. I'm so horrible. I'm so embarrassed for myself. Okay. So, I got a brand new plate. And now I'm going to take a brand new fork, because I don't want to use the old fork or tongs. Wait, where? Oh, you know what? I'm going to just use a spatula. So, I got my plate. But y'all, I told you a second ago that my chicken was done. I don't want it still cooking, so I'm going to turn it off, right? I'm going to get my spatula and just plop it on there like that. So, comment down below and tell me what I just did wrong. I'm waiting. My chicken is gonna get really dry by the time you guys respond. So let me just tell you, okay? So, I did not wash or at least rinse off my plate before putting this chicken on here. Now, I'm gonna let you guys know, before you came over, before I invited you here to cook with me, I did wash this plate. But y'all nasty for not asking, okay? So, I'm gonna put this other piece of chicken right on the plate. And as you guys could see, let me show you how nice it looks. I'm proud of myself. I didn't burn it. It is a little crispy, you know, but my man likes it well done. What can I say? Okay, so I'm gonna set this aside, and like I said, it's really good to clean your workspace. So I'm gonna just move this out of the way. Pretend I washed it. Not like I wash anyways. But, all right, I'm just joking. I wash all the dishes in my house. My man, unfortunately, gets to eat his food and not even wash the, you know what? I have a bone to pick with men. Why don't you clean up after you see the woman cooked you a nice meal? That's all I have to say. Anyways, let me get back to my asparagus. But before I do, I need to wash my hands. I was touching plates that exposed me to germs from the chicken. Okay? I really wish my paper towels were closer to the sink so I'm not having water all over the place, but it's okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna cut the ends of the asparagus. So basically just cut the white part. Pause. Did you see what I just did wrong here? Cross-contamination. This is a knife I use to cut the potatoes. So what I'm gonna do right now is toss the asparagus that I had. Just toss them and get a new knife. So actually my favorite vegetable is probably Brussels sprouts. I like cooking them in the oven. But it's funny, my fiance loves asparagus, so he could have smelly pea if he wants. But they're, in all seriousness, they're really healthy for you, and they don't taste that bad. They're actually really good. So now I'm gonna get another pan, and I've already used this. I'm going to just let this cool down over here. I'm gonna get my asparagus. By the way, I did wash this plate. I'm not nasty. Okay. And I'm gonna, first, I'm going to turn on the stove. And y'all see what I did there, right? I had to turn the handle. Okay. So when I'm seasoning my asparagus, I don't really do much. I usually just put a little salt on it, some olive oil. But first, let me clean my workstation. All right, so now that my asparagus is clean and my pot, my pan is heating up, I'm going to put the asparagus in my pan. Oh, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Y'all, look at this. What should I do? Okay, so I should probably use a bigger pan. So what I'm gonna do is just pour that in here. Get my olive oil and my seasoning. And I should probably turn this one off. And let me see. I'm actually gonna switch them. Just because I like more room. I'm gonna use this one right here. Don't judge me. I'm just trying to organize my asparagus a little better. And I don't want my chicken to get cold, so I'm gonna put it in the microwave. So, I have my olive oil and I have my seasoning. So I have my black pepper, my salt, my onion powder, and my Creole seasoning because if you haven't noticed, the whole theme is like a season with like a Cajun Creole kick. So I'm going to drizzle the olive oil. And I want to let you guys know, disclaimer, I did already boil the asparagus to make them a little bit tender before I put them in the pan. So I'm just gonna sprinkle some salt, like Salt Bae, some Creole seasoning. Oh my God. Oh my. Oh my gosh, what did I do? Oh my gosh. I'm gonna blow my nose. Oh my gosh, it's so strong. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I was coughing all up on the food. That's disrespectful. That is a don't. So let me go wash my hands. But that seasoning is so strong. I'm not even done seasoning, but let me wash my hands because I'm being nasty right now. Ooh. Wash my hands. Okay. Another thing that I did that was really unsanitary of me was I keep touching my hair. So I think the best thing I could do is just don't touch it. All right. So, I'm gonna put the onion powder and sprinkle a little bit more pepper. Hopefully I won't sneeze again. And now I'm going to mix and stir that. After I'm now going to check on the potatoes. The way I check on my potatoes is I get a fork, a fabulous fork, because I'm fabulous, and I'm going to poke each potato, just a couple of them so I know it's ready. So I'm gonna turn off the pot, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to empty the water out. I should have done arm day this week. I'm so weak. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I already washed my strainer prior. So what I'm gonna do is get my strainer, get my pot, and pour it over like so. So now what I'm gonna do is bring my potatoes back to the stove. So as I was bringing this pot back, I noticed there was some water still left in here. Do you know what I did wrong? Let me show you. I should have put in the strainer on top of the pot and held it tightly like so and emptied all of the water out. So you see, I see some little drops coming out, all right? So now it is perfectly strained and we're ready to make some mashed potatoes. So, let me check on my asparagus. They're looking good. What am I gonna use to mash them? Since I don't have a potato masher, I'm just gonna use this fork. It's really easy. I'm just gonna mash it like so. All right, and I'm gonna get my butter and milk, so hopefully the process will go smoother. But okay. All right, so I like to use this technique. Let me show you guys. I just get the bottom of my fork and I smoothly just round it all in my pot. You see this? Greatness. You don't need a masher. You don't have to spend extra money on tools you don't need. Look at that. And I'm gonna get my milk. I'll pour a little bit at a time. Gonna get my butter knife. All right, my fabulous butter knife. I'm gonna get my butter knife. All right. And just put a little butter in there. And when I mean a little butter, it's actually a lot. But it's okay, I like butter. All right, so I'm just gonna use that same motion. You see that? How it's just a lot more smoother, creamy. All right, and I don't know about you guys, but I do like, oh, I just popped myself. Ow! That's not nice. Let me turn this down a little bit. But I like to put a little salt and pepper as well in my potato. Let's get some salt. Do you guys see what I just did wrong here? I touched my arm after the fact. I was too close to this high stovetop, burning myself, and I touched my arm and then I touch the salt. No, that's cross-contamination, but it's okay. My fiance is gonna be eating this. I'm not. All right, y'all, so I'm not gonna lie, this was a lot harder than I anticipated it to be. I have my asparagus that I grilled with some olive oil. I have my mashed potatoes, as well as my grilled chicken. So, I have to say, this is my first time cooking these things. Tell me down below, comment down below how you would have done it. Maybe there's a certain recipe that you use. Maybe there's a certain method that you cook these items. Let me know. But I have to call my fiance. I want him to taste test this. Let's see.
I'm sorry, the person you were trying to reach has a voicemail box that has not
Did
been
he
set up
send
yet.
me to voicemail? Okay, because he sent me to voicemail, I'm just gonna have my video crew. Are you guys willing to try it? You guys willing to try it? Okay, so I'm gonna have my video crew taste it. And I'm sorry, you guys, I know I did a lot of don'ts, but hopefully you won't get food poisoning, okay? All right.
So what do you think, bro?
Man, looks good.
Yeah, it is. Presentation looks really good.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. But
This
how are
fancy
we supposed to
person.
eat this chicken with no knife?
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about it. Hey, but I'm not sure it's cooked.
Yeah. I have. Oh man. I'm going for the potatoes
I'm
first.
so sorry I forgot my knives.
Oh, you're
I should have been more
Thank
prepared.
you. Thank you. What are you gonna try first?
Alright, let's try the mashed potatoes together. Alright.
I'm so nervous. Let me get my phone. I want to see.
That was good.
I have to take pictures of this moment. You could be honest, like if you really don't like something, maybe the asparagus is like too oily or the chicken is too dry, like let me know for real.
You trying the chicken?
Yes. Hey, I mean, it's cooked all the way through. That's a good sign.
I'm trying to cut this.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's not a good sign if you can't really
You
cut
gotta-
it.
yeah. Put a little no
Oh,
salt.
bro, I definitely gotta.
Hold on, I better try a small piece just in case.
Dang. Oh, that's a bad sign. You could be honest.
No, it's got flavor.
Definitely gonna take a good minute.
A flavor. What?
These
Can you
potatoes
just?
are good. That's what.
Yeah.
Oh, so the potatoes. That's
yeah,
like
A1
the
on
best
the
part.
potatoes.
But what about the chicken?
Chicken
I need to
is
hear from
like-
you.
It's right. Let's just go for it.
So, be honest with me. So next time I could cook better chicken. What was wrong with the chicken? Because I
You
felt
need to
like
cook longer, right?
No, I mean, alright. So mine was just a little dry. That's all.
a little dry.
Yeah, it should be like juicy and moist, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a little tough.
And
Yeah.
yours was a little tough.
Yeah. So wait, yeah, I would say maybe get just the pan like steaming hot right before the beginning,
Yeah.
and just drop the chicken right in there.
I like the asparagus. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Asparagus and potatoes are good, but not the main course. Oh,
No, it's good for sure. Just gotta chew a little longer. That's you know.
Definitely gonna sit here for an hour and eat.
you know what? So the asparagus, maybe I should have had it boiling before I fried it. So it could have been, well, I should have boiled it a little longer. So it would have been less chewy. Chicken, I'm not gonna lie, I don't eat meat. So I'm still getting better at cooking chicken. Now I know, like you said, I should have probably had it already heated up prior and maybe cooked less time, because that's probably why it's also a little dry and hard to cut. Poor guys. Oh my gosh. I've cooked chicken for Nate, but this was my first time grilling it. Very first time grilling it, very first time making mashed potatoes, and very first time making asparagus. So you guys popped my cherry for this meal.
It's an honor.
Don't tell my fiance.
Right.
All right, y'all. So have you noticed anything different about this kitchen? Yeah, it's clean. And that's the thing. When I cook, after everybody's eaten, I make sure that my kitchen is clean, so I don't have to worry about it later. So this is the very first episode of Cooking with Michaela in Lingerie, the do's and the don'ts. Or actually, should I name it what not to do in the kitchen? Because I feel like I've done a lot of things you shouldn't do in the kitchen. Comment down below what you felt like I did wrong. Also, comment down below anything that you guys want me to cook in the future. Maybe there's a recipe that you like. Just let me know, okay? And thank you so much for watching. I appreciate all of your love and support. And I'll see y'all next time. But remember, you're a boss. Bye!